Hello dear boys and girls, welcome to our English lesson. I am your English teacher Kainazarova. But first, let me ask you a question. Do you know this woman? What do you think she was famous for? You are absolutely right. It is Zuurakan Kainazarova. And today we are going to talk about Kyrgyzstan's collective farm worker and politician during the Soviet era, Zuurakan Kainazarova, and also revise our previous grammar topics. In 1902, Zuurakan Kainazarova was born in a village in the Sokoluk district in northern Kyrgyzstan. She started her career in 1929 at a collective farm and reached record high yields of beets in the 1930s. In 1948, she managed 15 hectares of beet harvesting. For most of her career, she worked as team leader at collective beet farms in the Chu district. Moreover, during the Second World War, Kainazarova supported the war efforts through her crops and winnings, and sheltered many children and war orphans of different nationalities, including Russian, Uzbeks, and Poles. For her efficiency and work efforts, Kainazarova was awarded several medals and titles such as 3 Orders of Lenin, an Order of Red Banner of Labor, and twice title of Hero of Socialist Labor. She also had a political career as an elected member of the Communist Party, a deputy of the Supreme Soviet of USSR, and a member and vice chairman of the Supreme Soviet of the Kyrgyz SSR, amongst others. She retired in 1958 and died in 1982. Today, her legacy remains through a high school named after her in her home region, a documentary film, a monument made of pink granite in Bishkek, and her birthday was chosen to celebrate the work of rural women in Kyrgyzstan. We are going to read a text about Zuurakan Kainazarova, but before, we are going to learn some words from this text altogether. So the first one is a word. A word. The meaning is to give a prize to someone for something they have achieved. And the next one, cultivate. Cultivate. The meaning is to prepare the land and grow crops on it. Crop. Crop. The amount of plants of particular type that are reproduced at one time. The next one, elect. Elect. To choose someone for a particular job or position by voting. Harvest. Harvest. The meaning is to pick and collect crops. Outstanding. Outstanding, excellent, and much better than most. Orphan. Orphan, a child whose parents are dead. Rural. Rural, relating to the countryside and not to towns. Shelter. The meaning is to protect someone from difficult or unpleasant experiences. Here, your task is to listen to the text on this slide very carefully, and after I'm going to give you some time to read this text on your own. The image of Zuurakan Kainazarova, a simple rural farmer and at the same time an outstanding leader of her time. A good mother, a wise wife, a good example to be followed by modern women and many generations for many years. Zuurakan Kainazarova was born in the village of Желаем, now the village of Belek, in the Sokoluk district of the Chu region on 18th June 1902. She began her career in 1929 at a collective farm and then worked as a team leader at collective beet farms in the Chu region. Zuurakan Kainazarova cultivated record high numbers of sugar beets. At one time, she cultivated from 1,000 to 1,100 centners per 1 hectare. In the 1940s and 50s, Zuurakan Kainazarova harvested a record crop of sugar beets. Despite the difficulties during the Second World War, the workers of Kyrgyzstan, including Zuurakan Kainazarova, provided the war front and industry with food and raw materials. During the war, she sheltered and raised many orphan children of different nationalities. For her hard work, Zuurakan Kainazarova was awarded several medals and titles such as 3 Orders of Lenin and twice the titles of Hero of Socialist Labor. She was elected a deputy in the Parliament of the USSR several times. Have you finished? Let's move to the next task. On this slide, we have to mark true or false. Are the statements true or false? Correct the false statements. I'm going to give you some time for this exercise. Let's go. Have you finished? Let's check your answers all together. So the first one is Zuurakan Kainazarova is an example of a good farmer. And the answer is false. She is not only a good example of a good farmer, but also a good example of a decent mother, a wise wife, a hard worker, and a true patriot. The second one, Zuurakan Kainazarova achieved the highest records of cultivating beetroots, and the answer here is true. The third one, Zuurakan Kainazarova had her own farm where she grew beetroots, and the answer here is false, because she began her career at a collective farm and then worked as a team leader at collective beet farms in the Chu region. Fourth one, The children should take care of were of different nationalities. True. She wasn't elected a deputy in the parliament of the USSR. It's false, because she was elected a deputy in the parliament of USSR several times. Here we have to complete the sentences with words from text that we have learned before. For example, we decided to elect Emir captain of our team. I'm also going to give you some time for this task. Let's go! Time is up. Have you finished? Let's compare and check your answers all together. So the second sentence, you cannot shelter your children from the realities of life. The next one, he cultivates his small garden. The next one, thanks to the nice weather, we could harvest all of the crops in a day. And let's do the continuation of the previous exercise. Have you finished? Let's compare and check your answers all together. So the first one, we had a record crop of grapes this year. And the next one, Bibi Sara Bishanaliva was an outstanding ballerina. The next one, she was awarded the prize for both films. He was an orphan and lived with his uncle. And the last one, crops are grown in rural areas. Great job! Let's move to the next task. Now it's time to revise our previous grammar topic, verbs followed by ing and infinitive. You can see our first exercise on this slide, and your task is to choose the right answer. Are the sentences followed by ing or infinitive? Let's go! Time is up. Have you finished? Let's check your answers then. So the first one is Learning. Do you fancy learning ice skate? And here we used ing. The second one, we always look forward to going on holiday. Here we also used ing. Josh's parents promised to buy him a bike for his birthday. And the answer here is to buy. And the last one, Mary pretends to be ill because she doesn't want to work. This is the continuation of the previous exercise. Have you finished? Let's compare and check your answers all together. Sam suggests meeting at the station. The next one, you never offer to make dinner. They decided to watch a film. And the last one, I don't spend a lot of time playing computer games. Let's continue. Here we have to put the verb in brackets into the correct form, either the infinitive or gerund form. I'm also going to give you some time for this task. Time is up. Let's compare and check your answers all together. So the first one will be, would you mind opening the window? And here we used gerund form. The second one, hello, I'd like to speak to Mr. Jones, please. And the third one, we intend to move to the new offices in June. The next one, I don't remember telling him to cancel the appointment. And the next one, I want to learn to speak Spanish. The last one, are you looking forward to going? It was our last exercise, and now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.